waited for this day. We gathered in your name, calling out to you. Your glory like a fire, awakening desire will burn our hearts with truth. You're the reason we're here. You're the reason we're singing. Open up the heavens, we want to see you. Open up the floodgates, a mighty river flowing from your heart, filling every part of our praise. Your presence in this place, your glory on our face. We're looking to the sky. Descending like a cloud, you're standing with us now. Lord, unveil our eyes. You're the reason we're here. You're the reason we're singing. Open up the heavens, we want to see you. Open up the floodgates, a mighty river flowing from your heart, feeling every part of our praise. Open up the heavens. Open up the heavens. We want to see you. Open up the floodgates. A mighty river flowing from your heart, feeling every part of our praise. Open up the heavens. Open up the heavens. We want to see you. Open up the floodgates. A mighty river flowing from your heart, filling every part of our praise. Open up the heavens. We want to see you. Open up the floodgates. A mighty river flowing from your heart, feeling every part of our praise.
Show us your glory. Show us your power. Show us your glory, Lord.
Show us your glory. Show us your power. Show us your glory, Lord. Open up the heavens. We want to see you. Open up the floodgates. A mighty river flowing from your heart, feeling every part of our praise. Open up the heavens. We want to see you. Open up the floodgates. A mighty river flowing from your heart, feeling every part of our praise.
Wow. Look at this palace. Look back there, a sign back there, Beauty and the Beast. Oh, there must be someone beautiful in this story, and a feast. Yum, yum. Bring on the food.
Whoa. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. Most of these people here haven't been here all week, so they need to know who our characters are. and listen as we set the stage for the story.
Hello, I'm going to be the palace musician for this exciting story. You can call me Karshina, my Persian name. You see, I live in the palace of the king in the city of Susa.
Just follow me then.
I do too. I am the royal messenger. I make announcements. I am called Admatha. Now that you know who we are, let's find out about our beauty in the feast.
Our story is true. It is about King Xerxes, the richest and most powerful ruler in the known world. His kingdom is made up of 127 provinces from Ethiopia, Africa, all the way to India.
But the most important character in our story is a beautiful Jewish orphan girl named Esther, and how she was chosen to be the queen by King Xerxes. The Jews, God's chosen people, were captives of this Persian empire.
In the third year of King Xerxes' reign, he decided to give a spectacular feast for all the nobles, princes, governors, and of his provinces, and other important officers from the empire. Great preparations for this feast had to be made, and the people of Susa worked hard to make it a great occasion.
Officials came from all over the kingdom for this great feast.
It would have been so cool to be there. 180 days of feast with tons of food and entertainment. Now that's my idea of a great vacation.
Me too. That's like 6 months of a constant party. Sign me up.
Woo!
Look at my beautiful kingdom. I'm so rich and powerful. I have gold, silver, huge armies to make my enemies tremble with fear. There is no one in all of the world that is powerful as I.
Finally, the feast came to an end. The king hosted a feast for all the people of Susa for 7 days.
Another party. Woo-hoo!
Yes, and this feast was in the palace gardens. There were white and blue curtains, silver cords, marble pillars, couches of gold and silver, sidewalks of marble and turquoise.
Sounds fancy. They served drinks in goblets of gold with lots of royal wine. The king had too much to drink.
Queen Vashti planned a separate party for all the women in the palace.
On the 7th day, the king had been drinking wine and wanted to show off his beautiful wife.
Servant, I command you, bring before me Queen Vashti and her royal robes and crowns, so that I could show her beauty to all of my guests. Yep.
Silence. I refuse to come before these men.
He told the king that she refused to come. This made the king furious and very angry.
How dare she refuse my command?
The king calls for us, his counselors, for we 7 princes are the highest ranking officials in the land.
What should we do about Queen Vashti? For she did not obey me.
Oh my, is she in trouble?
We advise the king to remove Queen Vashti, to ban her from the king's presence, so that all the women of his kingdom will know they must honor their husbands, then give her position to another.
This idea pleased the king, so a letter was sent to all 127 provinces in every language proclaiming a man as head of his own house.
After a while, the king became sad and felt alone. His attendants suggested that a search be made for a beautiful and pure young lady for the king.
Woohoo! I'm beautiful.
Well, I'm not sure you're quite right for the part. You're a little, too small.
Oh.
A king should not be without a queen. I'm sending you all, officers, to all provinces of my kingdom. Gather all the beautiful young ladies and bring them to Susa, to the women's quarters, so that I may choose a new queen. My inch will be in charge of the women, and let the beauty treatments be given to them.
Hear ye, by order of King Xerxes, selected young women of Persia will be brought to the palace and come before the king. Then he will choose the next queen.
Beautiful women from all over the kingdom were escorted to the palace to see if they would be selected as queen.
Our story now turns to a different household, the one of the devout Jew named Mordecai, who lives right here in Susa. He was the king's servant that sat at the palace gates. Mordecai was descended from the tribe of Benjamin. Mordecai's father's family had been captured and brought to Babylon by King Nebuchadnezzar.
Mordecai's cousin Esther was raised by him because her parents died when she was young. Mordecai adopted her as his own daughter, and they loved each other.
I know her Jewish name. She wasn't Esther yet. Her name was Hadassah. And listen to this. Hadassah was lovely in form and very beautiful.
Hadassah, I have disturbing news. Have you heard that the king is to choose a new queen? His officers have suggested that a search take place for all the beautiful young maidens to be brought to the palace.
Oh dear, surely they would not take a Jew.
It is very possible. When the king's officers escort you to the palace, do not tell them that you're a Jew, that you're a relative of mine. I don't want you having any problems in the palace because of your nationality.
I will do as you ask, Mordecai. I will keep our secret.
The officers saw how beautiful Esther was, and took her to Haggai, custodian of the women.
Servant, bring her to me. She has special qualities. What is your name?
Esther, my lord.
Remember, she was hiding her Jewish identity, so she gave her Persian name.
I will give you special beauty preparations, 7 maids, an allowance, and better rooms for you and your maids.
I will listen to all you say, my lord.
Don't tell anybody, but Esther kept her secret about being Jewish. Shh, it's a secret.
Every day, Mordecai paced back and forth in the courtyard of the women's quarters to find out how Esther was and what was happening to her.
Before a girl was presented to the king, she went through 6 months of beauty treatments with oils, and then 6 more months with perfumes and cosmetics. At the end of 12 months, each girl was allowed to select anything she wanted to take with her and to wear before the king. When it was Esther's turn, Haggai asked her what she wanted to wear.
I request nothing beyond what you, Haggai, would advise of me.
So Esther was taken to King Xerxes in the 10th month, Tebeth, in the 7th year of his reign.
Now, the king fell in love with Esther more than all the other women. He was smitten by her beauty and grace. Ah, a love story. Oh.
All the people of the land, the king has chosen his queen.
I select Esther, a woman of rare beauty and grace.
Long live Queen Esther.
Long live Queen Esther!
The king declares it a holiday. He made a great feast and gave out many gifts.
I declare this holiday Esther's Feast.
Now a little Jewish orphan girl was the queen of the greatest kingdom in the world.
I want to hear what happens next, don't you?
Oh, yeah, okay. It wasn't long after that, as Mordecai was sitting at the king's gate with the doorkeepers, Bigthana and Teresh, that two of the king's officials were very angry with the king. Mordecai heard them plotting to kill the king.
Uh-oh.
Bad. So Mordecai came to speak with Queen Esther.
Mordecai, why have you sent for me? What is happening that you would risk calling me here? Someone might see us talking together.
I have disturbing news that I believe King Xerxes should be made aware of. I overheard some things at the king's gate. Let me tell you what it was.
Esther then reports to the king of this plot. It was true, so both men were hung. It was written in the book of the Chronicles.
Now, I want you to meet Haman, one of the king's princes.
I am promoting you, Haman, the Agagite, above all the princes.
You got it? Turn around. You have to face that.
The king was not well practiced at putting on necklaces.
I cannot bow to a man because I am a Jew. We can only bow to God.
Haman glares at Mordecai in anger. How dare this man refuse to bow to me, he thought. Someone tells Haman that Mordecai is a Jew, so Haman begins to make a plan.
I'm going to get rid of Mordecai. I've got to find a way to kill him, since he is a Jew. I will arrange it so all of the Jews in the kingdom will be destroyed.
So Haman cast the lot, which was called Pur, to determine the day when he would kill all the Jews.
Uh-oh.
It landed on the 12th month, which is Adar, the 13th day.
Your Majesty, there are certain people in all of your provinces who keep themselves separate and have their own customs. They do not obey your laws.
They do not obey my laws. Who are these people?
If it please the king, let a law be written that they all be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to do this job and bring it to the king's treasury.
Notice that Haman was not completely honest with the king because he didn't tell him it was the Jews.
Very well. The money and the people are given to you. Do with them as you please.
So the king took off a signet ring from his hand, and he gave it to Haman to use it to seal the new law that it was written.
Hear ye, a new law has been written. There is an order to destroy and kill all the Jews, both young and old, women and children, everyone who is Jewish on the 13th day of the 12th month of Adar, and to take their possessions. This law is sent out to every province, to every people and every language to be posted so that they should be ready.
Are you kidding? This is terrible news.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
The city of Susa was shocked and confused.
When Mordecai heard of this new law, he was beside himself in anguish.
No, no. How can this be? Children of Israel, cry out to our God. No.
Mordecai came to the king's gate, but was not allowed to come any closer because he is in sackcloth and ashes.
Everywhere in every province there was great crying, fasting, weeping, and wailing, as many lay in sackcloth and ashes. Esther's maidens came to her and said, "My queen, Mordecai is at the king's gate tearing his clothes and is in mourning. He is dressed in sackcloth and ashes." Esther was very upset.
Take these clothes to Mordecai. Tell him to put them on.
But Mordecai would not accept them. Oh, dear, dear me. Esther knew something was terribly, terribly wrong.
He would not accept them? This is serious. Quickly, call for Hathach to come to me at once. Please, go quickly to Mordecai and find out what is wrong.
Yes, my queen.
Orphan child with her uncle Mordecai, beautiful Esther, she caught the king's eye, stunning and lovely like he'd never seen. So the king chose her as his queen. Haman hated the Jews in the land. He was wicked and put into action a plan to have them all killed, from the old to the young. The deal was signed and done. Esther was beautiful, Esther was brave. Esther risked death so her people were safe. In a place of power for that very hour, she knew what she must do, what no one else could do. Brave Queen Esther.
What happens next? Let's get this story going.
Well, hold on a minute. Remember that Queen Esther sends Hathach to find out why Mordecai was so upset.
Got it. Let's get going. Come on. What's
Okay,
next?
So Mordecai told Hathach about the new law to kill all the Jews and the money that Haman was giving to the king's treasury to destroy them. He gave him the written copy of the edict to show to Queen Esther.
Tell Queen Esther that I urge her to go to the king to beg for mercy, and to plead for her people.
Hathach tells Esther all that Mordecai said. He comes before the queen. He comes before Queen Esther, bows, and gives her the paper.
How could Haman do such a thing? How could the king agree to this? Everyone knows that any man or woman who goes into the inner court of the king who has not been called will be put to death, except for the one to whom the king holds out the gold scepter to spare his life. And it has been 30 days since I have been to the king. The guards would kill me. Don't you see? I would surely die. Go tell this to Mordecai.
So, Hathach told Mordecai all that Esther had said. Then Mordecai told Hathach to tell Esther this.
Do not think that because you are in the king's palace that you would escape. If you choose to stay silent at this time, help and deliverance will arise from another place. But you and your family will be wiped out. Go, tell her. Could it be that all this has happened for such a time as this?
Whoa.
Hathach tells Esther what Mordecai said. Then she replies,
Go, gather together all the Jews who are in Susa, and fast for me. Don't eat or drink for 3 days and nights. I and my maidens will fast also. When this is done, I will go to the king, which is forbidden. And if I die, I die.
Oh.
He went and told this to Mordecai, who went and carried out Esther's instructions.
Really? No food for 3 days and pray? That sounds way too hard. I mean, I like the feast part of this story. You know, grapes, banana, bread, nuts.
Right.
Oh.
But sometimes there are serious troubles in our lives that we need to pray about.
And as we pray, we have to have faith in God. Esther and her maids fasted and prayed, asking God for his help and wisdom, I'm sure.
Seems like there's so much to hope for, so many dreams I wish they all could come true. When I think about your ways, Lord, it gives me so much faith in all that you do. Faith to see beyond what I can see. Faith to know that you will do great things. I will trust you, Lord. I'll always believe. As I hold on to my faith, Jesus, you are holding on to me. Seems like there's so much to hope for, so many dreams I wish they all could come true. When I think about your ways, Lord, it gives me so much faith in all that you do. Faith to see beyond what I can see. Faith to know that you will do great things. I will trust you, Lord. I'll always believe. As I hold on to my faith, Jesus, you are holding on. Faith to see beyond what I can see. Faith to know that you will do great things. Oh, I will trust you, Lord. I'll always believe. As I hold on to my faith, Jesus, you are holding on to me. As I hold on to my faith, Jesus, you are holding on to me.
So on the third day, Queen Esther put on her royal robes and stood in the inner court of the palace in front of the king's hall.
Esther approached the king on his throne. Bold, uninvited, she stood there alone. But instead of the death that she feared he would give, he gave a sign so she could live. Esther told the king of the plan to wipe out the people, every woman, child, and man. The king was angry, took Haman away. The queen had saved the day. Oh, Esther was beautiful, Esther was brave. Esther risked death so her people were saved. In a place of power, for that very hour, she knew what she must do, what no one else could do. Brave Queen Esther.
Oh, this is getting so exciting. I wonder what's going to happen. I can hardly wait.
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
So, okay, The king, he's over there, was sitting on his throne facing the entrance. The king notices Esther. He sees her standing in the court and is pleased to see her. He smiles. He holds out to Esther the golden scepter that is in his hand.
What is your desire, Queen Esther? What is your request? Ask, and it is yours, even up to half of my kingdom.
If it please the king, let the king and Haman come today to a banquet I have prepared for you.
Go. Bring Haman quickly, so that we may do what Esther has said.
So the king and Haman joined Esther at the dinner she had arranged. As they were eating dinner, the king asked Esther,
Now, what is your petition, your request? Even up to half of my kingdom, and it will be granted.
If it please the king, my petition and my request would be this. If the king favors me, and if it please the king to do what I ask, then the king and Haman come again tomorrow to the banquet I will prepare for you. Then I will answer the king's question.
Haman left that day a very happy man until he sees Mordecai sitting in the king's gate, who does not bow to him nor even acts afraid of him. So he was filled with anger, but Haman managed to control himself and goes home.
Look at how wealthy I am. I am very rich, and I have many children. The king has honored me, and I am advancing in rank and position. On top of that, Queen Esther has invited me along with the king to a private dinner tomorrow. Just the three of us. But I can't even enjoy it, because Mordecai the Jew that sits in front of the gate, he won't even bow down to me.
Build a gallows 75 feet high and first thing in the morning, ask the king. Get the king to order Mordecai to be hung. Then you can go happily to Esther's banquet and to the king.
This idea pleased Haman very much, so he had the gallows built.
I smell trouble.
That night, the king could not sleep, so he ordered the book of the records to be brought, and they were read to him. As the king listened, he heard of the plot of Teresh and Bigthana wanting to kill the king. It was Mordecai who had exposed them.
What honor was given to Mordecai for saving my life? Who is in the court?
You're not going to believe this, but Haman had just entered the court, hoping to speak to the king about killing Mordecai.
Bring him in. Tell me this. What should be done for the man the king wishes to honor?
Haman was thinking that the king must have meant him.
For the man the king wants to honor, let a royal be brought that the king has worn, and a horse that the king has ridden, which has a royal crest on its head. Let the robe and the horse be brought to the king's noble princes, so they can robe the man and parade him on horseback throughout the city streets, proclaiming This is what is done for the man the king delights to honor.
Go at once. Get the robe and the horse. And do as you suggested for Mordecai, the Jew who sits at the king's gate. Do not leave anything out you have suggested.
So Haman got the robe and the horse and robed Mordecai. He then led him through the streets in the city square, saying,
This is what's done for the man the king delights to honor. This is what is done for the man the king delights to honor.
He doesn't sound very excited to me.
Nope. I don't think he's happy.
Probably not. After the parade was over, the very sad parade, Mordecai returned to the king's gate. But Haman rushed home, and he covered his head in grief. He told his wife Zeresh and his friends everything that had happened. Haman's friends said to him,
You can't go against the man of a Jewish origin, or you will come to ruin. You will come to ruin.
While they were still talking, the king's eunuch came and took Haman to Esther's banquet. The king and Haman came to the second feast Esther prepared for them. While they were eating and drinking, the king asked Esther again.
Esther, what is your petition? Even up to half of my kingdom.
If I have found favor in your eyes, O king, and if it pleases the king, give me my life for my petition and spare my people. This is my request. For my people, the Jews and I, are condemned to die. You are the only one who can help us because it has been approved with the royal seal. Please save my life and my people's lives.
Who is he? Who would dare to kill my queen?
The enemy is the wicked Haman. He plans to kill us.
Please, I beg you. Please, give me my life. I had no idea you were a Jew.
Haman knew he was doomed. The king returned from the garden and saw what Haman was doing.
Uh-oh.
I'm begging you, my queen.
Will he dare throw himself at my queen while I'm present? Guards, seize him! Hang Haman on it.
So they hanged Haman on the gallows, which helped the king's anger go away.
Now, King Xerxes gave King Xerxes gave a great big present to Queen Esther. It was Haman's house and all his wealth.
O king, Mordecai is my uncle. He has raised me from childhood as his beloved daughter.
Esther appointed Mordecai over Haman's estate.
Please, O king, I beg you to remove this law against the Jews. If it please the king, and if I have found favor in your sight, if you have any affection for me, let an order be written to cancel the plans of Haman. For how can I bear to see the destruction of my family?
Queen Esther and Mordecai, indeed, I have given you the house of Haman. You and yourselves write a new law concerning the Jews. What seems best to you, and then seal it with the king's ring.
I think they're all going to be saved. Isn't that wonderful?
It is. So the scribes were called to write a new law in this month of Sivan on the 23rd day, and they were to write it in every language of all 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia.
By King Xerxes' royal law, all Jews in every province in every city may gather together to protect themselves against anyone who tries to kill them on the 13th day of the month of Adar. This document will be published for all people so they may protect themselves.
These messengers rode on fast royal horses and sent word out quickly. Mordecai is given a royal robe and crown to wear and puts them on.
Look at him. Do you see what that king did for Mordecai?
It's pretty cool. Yeah. everyone was so happy. Everyone everywhere was so happy, they called it a holiday and had a great celebration feast.
Party hardy.
Many people in the land became Jews.
Jehovah Jireh, my provider, His grace is sufficient for me. Jehovah Jireh, my provider, His grace is sufficient for me.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Do you know what day it is? Oh.
Yep.
Dear. Oh
Yep,
no.
for the Jews in Persia, today is the month of Adar on the 13th day. The day Haman's law said the Jews were to be killed. Oh me, oh my.
Oh me. Oh my.
Yes, but what happened is the Jews overpowered anyone who tried to hurt them. Fear fell upon the people, and no one hurt the Jews. As a matter of fact, all the officials and governors helped the Jews because they were afraid of Mordecai. You see, Mordecai had become powerful in the palace.
So you know what happened?
Tell me.
The Jews in Susa finished off 500 enemies that day. They also killed Haman's 10 sons, but they didn't take their riches.
The report came to King Xerxes, and he said to Esther,
Queen Esther, you've heard the report of what the Jews have done today. What else would you like there to be done? And it will be done.
If it please the king, let the Jews in Susa have permission to do the same tomorrow and to publicly shame Haman's family.
Let it be so.
So the Jews did it again on the 17th day, overtaking their enemies, but took no riches or plunder. On the 14th day, they made it a day of feasting and happiness.
The Jews in Susa rested on the 15th day, and they made it a day of feasting and gladness.
Oh, I like this part. Now listen to this. You're going to like this. The Jews in all the villages and towns celebrated with a feast, another party, and a holiday. And, are you ready? They sent presents to each other.
Ooh,
presents.
I like
now,
presents.
I can handle getting presents.
Me too.
Did you hear that? Presents.
Presents.
For me.
I don't think they have presents for us.
They need to get one. A big one.
Mordecai wrote down all that had happened, and he sent letters to all the Jews in every province, near and far.
This proclamation goes out to all the Jews living in any of the king's lands. We wish to establish a yearly celebration on the 14th and 15th of the month of Adar. As the time when the Jews had rest from their enemies, this celebration will remind us of their sorrow turning into joy, their weeping turning into a holiday. These 2 days shall be days of feasting and joy, of sending presents to one another and to giving gifts to the poor.
So the Jews vowed to celebrate this each year for Haman. The Agagite cast Pur to destroy them. So these days were called Purim from the word Pur.
And for all these years, Jewish families have faithfully celebrated this event on the 14th and 15th of Adar,
which on our American calendar is February.
So every generation of Jews have celebrated Purim since then. Wow, that's a really long time.
Long time.
Then Queen Esther, the daughter of Abihail with Mordecai, wrote a second letter about Purim. Mordecai sent the letter to all the Jews with words of peace and truth.
To all the Jews living in the king's provinces, I write the second letter. We fix these 2 days of Purim on the calendar in their assigned place to be honored yearly by the Jews. We will remember our times of fasting and crying.
Esther's letter confirmed the Feast of Purim, and it was written in the book of the king's records.
Sometime later, King Xerxes imposed a tax on all his kingdom. So it was written in the Chronicles of the King of Media and Persia that all the stories of King Xerxes and what he had done, along with the greatness of Mordecai, whom the king had promoted.
Mordecai was second in ranks to King Xerxes and was great among the Jews, and he was respected and worked hard for his people.
Esther had risked her life for her people. She fasted and prayed to save the Jews from death. Esther had risked her life for her people. Today, the Feast of Purim continues to be celebrated. This has truly been a story of great courage, which we have called Beauty in the Feast. Let's celebrate.